Hey guys, welcome back to Book Vlog number
3.
Four.
Oh, 4. I forgot we did like the prologue.
Yeah, we're reading chapter 3 in this vlog. I don't know how far we're gonna get tonight, because I know we're gonna do more than one.
Yeah.
But it's just too long to do multiple chapters in one video.
Yeah. But we're also at her grandma's house, and she's like really enjoying the book vlogs, so
we can't do all of it without her.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll also be here tomorrow afternoon, which means we'll be filming all afternoon of the book as well. So hopefully we can get a good chunk of the book vlog done by the time she leaves for Florida.
I'm leaving
on vacation.
Yeah, I'm leaving next week on Thursday with my mom to go to Florida to potentially check out a college, but also my grandparents paid, like, that's their graduation gift to me, is just
So it's her
a
senior
visit
trip.
down there. Yeah, a senior trip. Also, I sound horrible right now. Compared to last night, I got incredibly more congested because I just had a sneeze sesh.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not. It hurts because, like, my throat is actually, like, burning now.
Oh.
Anyway. So, there's that. Recap on the book so far.
He's a ginger.
Oh, my soul. She cannot get over the fact that the main guy is a ginger.
Okay, I can get over the fact, but Colleen Coble literally wrote the perfect man. Now other than him being a complete jerk. But now I understand. But now I understand why she waited so long to tell us that he was a redhead.
Oh boy, she's got something against redheads. Okay, redheads are fun.
No. Josiah is not fun. He is. Girl, that guy.
There's this one guy we know, and he's a ginger. Personally, I think he's a lot of fun. He's very chill.
He can be
and
fun
low-key.
to talk to.
He's very, very low key, but he's funny.
Very, very chill. Yeah.
Anyway.
We need to stop talking and get to the book, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
We were trying to do a recap, and then you're like, oh,
yeah,
he's a ginger.
I know. Oh, yeah.
So wait, what?
Okay.
Oh, recap.
So Bessie found out that her sister Lenore has been writing to this guy in her sister's name, and little did she know that Lenore practically married her to this stranger. He's a soldier. So she felt obligated to keep her end of the bargain or deal, even though it wasn't really her doing. But
she also, like, kind of fell in love with a guy from, like, Lenore fell in love with a guy from her town, and, like, that made things even more complicated.
Yeah, Lenore fell in love with a guy named Richard.
How do you remember? Are you reading?
No.
I don't remember these.
When it comes to a book, I'm literally locked in. Like, I will remember everything. If it's a good book. And so far, I'm actually not hating this book. I'm actually really excited about this one. But, so she fell in love with Richard. She hopes to marry her hopes to marry him one day. But Lenore can't get married until Bessie gets married. Well, Bessie's 26. Usually when you hit your mid-20s, sometimes even like early 20s, like you should have been married already kind of thing. So Lenore's like, okay, well, I'll just marry you off pretty much. That way I can marry Richard.
Just to, like, help her out too. Like, ulterior motives, but also, like, get married.
Yeah.
You know?
So Bessie goes to...
Yeah, Fort Bridger, Utah.
Yep, she went to Fort Bridger, Utah.
Because where's he going?
He's going to the...
Arizona. He's going to Arizona.
That's right. Arizona. She's from Boston, Massachusetts in the year 1868. And so she goes there, and he's not thrilled. Because Lenore, stupid Lenore, sent a picture of herself to Jasper.
And if you watched our last book vlog, I think it was last one, that was mentioned, like, several times, the fact that Lenore sent a picture of herself.
She was quite, like,
I was
with
almost over it. Yeah. I'm like, they kept saying, if only she had known, or only if I had known that Lenore had sent a picture. We get it.
But to her credit, apparently her sister, she's super pretty. She's a 10 out of 10. And Bessie's just a common common girl.
She looks like
so she's
a little more
so
simple.
you can imagine Jasper's disappointment. Only he was a complete jerk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we left off to where they'll be leaving shortly for the Arizona territory, which I think is gonna be really interesting because that's a very long journey with the two of them. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to see how this goes.
I'm just excited to see what my reactions are to this. Let's
That's very
get going.
true. That's
Chapter
very
3, To Love a Stranger by Colleen Coble. A novel.
If I can find... here we go. The horses and wagons kicked up so much dust in the parade ground Jasper could barely see. He glanced back and saw his new wife peering from the back of the covered ambulance wagon.
What?
What's an ambulance wagon?
Keep reading.
Oh, I forgot you had a... Okay,
I'll
this is
figure it
perfect.
out.
This is perfect. Her small pinched face was pale with fright, and she clung to the side of the ambulance with white fingers. His lips tightened. Her terror did not bode well for the rest of the trip. He should have sent her back to Boston, let her family untangle this mess. If the noise and commotion frightened her now, what would she be like in the wilderness of Arizona territory? He wasn't sure. He wanted to find out. Did you figure out what it is?
It's an early type of ambulance, basically a horse-drawn wagon used to transport sick or injured people to medical care. Why is she in a ambulance wagon?
I don't know. Okay, hang on. But she had shown more grit than he had expected. He thought she would insist on staying with Jessica or going back to Boston. Jessica seemed quite taken with her. She had even sent her precious seed packets along for Bessie. Jasper would withhold judgment until he got to know Bessie better, and he had to admit he wanted to get to know her. Since when?
Oh.
He was literally threatening divorce in chapter 2.
He was not threatening.
Yes, he was.
Bessie was like, she asked if he would divorce.
No, he said, as soon as we get to Arizona territory, we'll find a lawyer and we'll get a divorce. Like, we'll figure this out. That's literally what happened in chapter 2.
I don't remember that. Sorry.
Oh my word, you're impossible.
Sorry, I have bad memory.
She was no beauty, but she was...
Close the book. No way. Oh my soul.
That's
He
so
wants to get to know her,
mean.
but like she's not
ugly.
really pretty.
What are we doing here? That's...
I
This poor girl is going through so much, and she's constantly being thought ugly of this guy.
That's crazy. Gingers.
Yes!
I
She was no beauty, but she was attractive in a quiet sort of way.
Okay, that we should have just kept going with the sentence.
And something about her spirit drew him. So indefinable integrity was in her eyes, which was strange considering how she had come to be his wife. But he didn't want to think of that. It hurt to know the woman he had thought he loved and duped him like that. How many times did she have to tell you that she didn't know about this and that it was her sister? Oh! He dug his heels into his mare's flank and cantered back to the ambulance. Bessie smiled when he stopped beside it, and his spirits lifted. So what happened between chapter 2 and 3 that we don't know about? Because this is very odd
she
behavior
smiled,
for them.
right? She smiled.
Yeah, she smiled.
That's
and then
cute.
Okay, yeah, but that was so not them before. I don't even know. You doing okay? He shouted above the commotion. She nodded. Are we leaving soon? Any minute. A wave of pity for her washed over him. What was he doing dragging a frail woman like Bessie into the
Deprivation.
Thank you. They faced. You can stay here with Jessica if you want, at least until I see what Arizona Tori is like. I can decide what to do and let you know later. Alarm raced over her features, and she shook her head. I shall go with you. As you wish.
Ooh.
We're on a roll today. We're on a roll. Actually, this entire weekend has just been like great. Starting last night. Okay, but like, he said "As You Wish." I immediately think of Wesley from
Princess
Princess
Bride.
Bride.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
As you wish.
Oh my sweet boy Wesley.
Okay, the pros and cons of that movie. It is a good movie.
But it's very mushy.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
way too kissy
Yeah.
for me.
Mhm.
I for one don't feel mature enough to watch that movie because it's just like
There's just a
we
lot.
get
in
you
there.
love each other.
Yeah.
Just
I think they overdid it with that. He looked to the front of the column as the band struck up the familiar departure tune of "The Girl I Left Behind Me."
what is playing this song?
A song.
Call him that the band struck up
Familiar
Wow.
departure tune of "The Girl I Left Behind Me." He tipped his hat to her and wheeled his horse to fall in line with the rest of the officers. Oh, so he's traveling with a bunch of officers down to Arizona?
like a wagon train.
Yeah. The die was cast now. It was too late to change anything. Bessie would just have to make the best of it. Bessie clung to the side of the wagon as the... Oh, my... Hello?
Conveyance
Thank you.
lurched. It's
Yes, I had to find my place. My eyes are playing tricks on me at this point. Lurched his way across the trail. She hadn't seen much of Jasper since they started. She was the only woman traveling with the column. Oh. So she's the only girl in a whole platoon of men. That's not a...
She ought to feel protected. I mean, they're all soldiers.
That doesn't mean a lick.
What's the worst that could happen? You know, she's got.
Did you just
Oh,
ask
no.
that question? What's the worst that could happen in a platoon of guys?
They're soldiers. I'm sure they've got some respect for a lady.
Not on MASH. It's an army TV show.
It's a TV show.
I don't care.
Oh
Men
my
still-
soul.
I don't even know. I'd be uncomfortable.
That would be uncomfortable.
Just Coleman, the commander, had graciously allowed her to make the ambulance her home for the trip. She shared it with an occasional soldier sent over for ointment for his feet or some such minor complaint, but for the most part, she was alone. Dr. Richter rode his horse and only stopped in if his services were needed. She was thankful to not have to sleep on the ground. At night, the wagons were put into a protective circle, and tents were quickly erected. She had shuddered when she heard that several rattlesnakes were killed every night. The spring sunshine brightened her spirits, and when the detachment. Thank you. I don't know why I'm doing this. Stopped for a break. She decided she would walk a bit. She could use the exercise since they had been on the trail a week now. Besides, she was lonely. I
No
bet.
kidding.
She climbed down from the back of the wagon and tied her bonnet firmly under her chin. The band started its familiar tune, and the column moved forward. She walked briskly along, but she soon began to cough from the dust. She was about to give in and get back in the ambulance when Jasper centered up to her side. Tired of the wagon? There are no springs in that thing, and no one with whom to talk. His blue eyes looked her over, and then he sighed. We're looking her over now.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. You want to ride with me a while? Oh wait, I can search for a spare horse.
What? Oh, man. You want to ride with me for a while? I can find a spare horse. Wow. The disappointment over on this end in reality is crazy.
His sigh stung, but she was determined not to go back to the wagon yet. Besides, how could they ever hope to make something of their marriage if they never spent any time together? I'd like that. She had never ridden a horse before, but she wasn't about to tell him that. You know, women
Don't
in...
know.
I don't even know. It would
When
just...
you feel...
This is not a Disney movie. It should just reinforce his opinion that she was a frail, useless female. And how hard could it be to ride a horse anyway? It looked easy enough.
Little do you know.
He nodded and left her. A few minutes later, he returned with a golden-colored horse with black markings. She thought it was called a buckskin. Hop on, he told her. We don't have a side saddle, but I think your skirt is full enough to allow you to straddle modestly. She eyed the stirrups. Hop on? How exactly did one do that? The horse was so big her head barely came to the top of its back. Tentatively, she grasped the pommel and forced her boot into the stirrup. She heaved her way up till she stood in the stirrup. Unfortunately, she didn't have the least idea how to get into the saddle from there. She glanced at Jasper, and the corners of his mouth twitched. Wrong foot, he said gently. You've never ridden before, have you? She felt the tide of heat on her cheeks and averted her gaze. She wasn't about to admit anything to a man who would laugh at her predicament. I think I'll go back to the wagon after all, she muttered. She eased down, feeling for solid ground with the toe of her foot. I don't think so. I got this horse for you, and now you're gonna ride her. Put your other foot in the stirrup and try again. He slid to the ground and tied his reins to the side of the ambulance wagon. I'll help you.
Ooh, okay.
This isn't too bad now. We gotta get comfy now. It's about to get good. Bessie bit her lip and put her right foot into the stirrup. She pulled up again, and Jasper grasped her around the waist. Ooh, hello? And helped her slide her right leg across the saddle. He seemed to touch her so matter-of-factly, but the warmth of his fingers brought heat to her cheeks. He rearranged her skirt to make sure her legs were covered. That wasn't so hard, was it? He's a gentleman, after all. He handed her the reins. Think you can handle it from here? Of course. What should you do with the reins? She would not ask Jasper. He already thought she was useless. Suddenly, dizzy at the height, she clutched the reins and swallowed hard. She hadn't realized a horse was so tall. What if she fell off? But if Lenore could ride, Bessie could too. She tried to remember how she had seen her sister handle the reins and move them experimentally. Jasper jogged ahead and caught the wagon. He untied his horse and swung into the saddle. Follow me, and we'll go to the head to get out of this dust. He shouted above the racket of wagons and horses. By the way, if they're shouting, I am not shouting. So, yeah. I don't know why I feel...
She's not that theatrical.
We're in a house, so we gotta use our inside voices, so... He wheeled his horse and started toward the front of the column. Bessie tried to follow, but her horse didn't want to go in that direction. The mare tossed her head and jerked the reins from her hands, then took off at a dead run toward a grove of trees to the left of the wagons, clinging. See, I can't even say the word at this moment. Clinging to the pommel with both hands, she was jarred and jerked on the back of the mare. She was going to go flying off at any moment. Would death be painful? She would find out soon enough. Frightened, all she could pray was a whispered, Jesus, help me. She thought she heard Jasper shout behind her, but she wasn't sure. She was gonna die. The trees closed in on her, and she shut her eyes. Before the tree limbs could crash into her, Jasper shouted, I've got you, kick your feet free of the stirrups. She opened her eyes and hunched farther up the neck of her mare. She managed to work her boots free of the stirrups, then turned to look at Jasper, leaning out of the saddle toward her. His hand grasped for the reins and missed. Then his arm snaked around her waist, and he dragged her from the saddle and across his lap. We're just getting started, people. Hi. This can come off. Okay, good, because that was like bothering me. Oh yeah,
You're
I
like
feel
pushing
a lot
me out
more.
of frame here.
Oh, sorry. She wanted help in the back. Okay.
He snaked around her waist and brought her onto his lap to save her.
In the ignominious position of lying face down across his saddle. She's face down. Oh, that's
Never mind,
embarrassing.
that's not very...
That's
Never mind.
embarrassing. She clutched his leg with both hands The sweaty horsehair under her cheek made her wrinkle her nose, but she was too thankful to be alive to complain about the odor or her position. Whoa, Jasper pulled his horse to a stop. Bessie took a deep breath and struggled to sit up, but she was trapped. With the pommel digging into her stomach, firm hands grasped her shoulders, flipping her over and sat her up. There was little room for both of them in the saddle, and she was forced to hang on to him as he stared into her face.
Oh, so they're like
Facing each other?
Oh. Ooh.
Or is she like sitting in front of him, but she like turned her head?
Why would she turn her head?
I don't know.
It
would be a
she
whole lot
stared
less-
into his face. That would be awkward to just be like.
I mean, I guess. You could have been killed. Dust. Thank you. Streaked his face. Red spots of color marked his cheeks, and his blue eyes threw out sparks.
Wow,
Didn't know they could do that.
that's amazing.
She coughed dust from her lungs. She had lost her bonnet somewhere, and her hair hung down her back and in her face. With trembling hands, she pushed strands of hair out of her eyes. She looked around and saw her mare drinking from the river under the trees. Jasper glowered at her. She glowered. She hated for anyone to be angry with her. Perhaps a little humor would diffuse him. She tried a tentative smile. Chirk up. Chirk? Is that a misprint?
No,
Are you sure? What does chirk up mean?
it's probably the same thing as like cheer up or perk up.
I guess. I was just taken by horse for a drink. She got a little eager, but there was no need to overreact. He stared at her and his lips twitched.
Oh.
She smiled again and his grin broadened.
Oh, okay. He
Okay.
loves her smile.
He pulled her against his...
Huh?
Okay.
What?
I'd really like to know what happened between chapters. I don't know what's going on. If I had the right chapter...
Well, it had been like a couple days, right?
That's a lot of couple days that we didn't see any, cute moments.
Well, they were kind of at odds with each other. Or he is, anyway.
I guess. He pulled her against his chest and rested his chin on her head. The thud of his heart pounded under her ear, and she breathed in the musky male scent of him. When he pulled her away, she felt suddenly...
Bereft.
Thank you. He shook her gently. I'm sorry I got so angry. It was really my fault. I should have led your horse. You look a little peaked. You're sure you're all right? No, now she's flushed and can't think of anything else but being this close.
Sorry. What? Did you read it? Just read it.
I don't know if I feel comfortable reading this.
What? Let me see it.
I will be if I could just lean against your chest again.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'm held up. Did we miss something?
No, we did not.
That's a lot in chapter 3.
This is a long trip they're on.
I guess. He laughed. I think you got knocked on the head. You're behaving a bit strangely. She never imagined she could be so bold. Maybe she had been hit on the head. Maybe they could just stay like this forever? He cupped her cheek, and she thought he would kiss her, but he jerked his hand away at a shout from the column.
Lieutenant! Indians ahead!
A private waved to him from the near trees. Hold up! Can we just pause for a second here? Chapter 2, they were talking about divorce. Chapter 3, her head's against his chest. He cut her little, like that. Not as romantic though. And then she's like, I will be if I get to put my head on your chest again.
Okay, here's the thing.
How?
In the beginning of the chapter, it was said that he thought about getting to know her better, And then this trip.
So how do we go from getting to know her to cupping her face?
If you're going from Utah all the way to Arkansas, it's gonna take
It's
a couple.
Arizona.
What? Oh, Arizona. That's still quite a distance. That's like a few weeks at least.
I mean, yeah, because
If
they've
you're
already
going
been on the road for a week. A week.
That's a scary thing. She could have died. You know? He can be concerned for his wife that he's not really...
attracted to at all.
Well, clearly. Clearly.
Obviously, because... Okay, but what happens after a guy cups his hand on the woman's...
cheek. Cups her cheek.
A kiss happens after that. In every single book. Unless it's during the middle of an argument and he kind of just grabs the back of her neck and just plops one on there.
Wow.
I actually read a book about... I read a book with that. It wasn't gross.
That sounds gross. I mean,
it was
I'm just
cute.
saying, if it were to happen to me, obviously after
You'd
I'm
like
married, it'd be different because that'd be my man. But currently, I can't stand couples, and I can't stand seeing that in movies at all because it only makes me feel more single. And seeing and hearing that, I have...
We should go ride a horse. I'm kidding.
the nearest thing to a horse that I've ridden is a donkey.
Oh, really?
Or a pony. A pony. We got Starbucks today. If y'all couldn't tell, I got the pink cannonball with light ice.
Same.
Only
Mine's just a bigger size.
she got a bigger, and you also got
The vanilla sweet cream.
she got cold foam on top.
Oh yeah, that.
That was a weird
We need to get back on track.
yeah.
A kiss was rudely interrupted. I don't honestly know if that was going to happen, but usually in all the books that I have read, which I have over 50
They
books,
can't kiss this early though. I swear if they kiss in the next chapter,
we have a problem. I get you're married,
but you're like
you got to relearn each other.
you're really at odds with each other.
Yeah. Okay. Get on the horse, Jasper shouted at the private. Bessie cowered against his chest. Indians? Her mouth dry with dread. She gripped his shirt and buried her face against him. There's a lot of physical contact in one chapter.
He clutched her to his chest. He clutched her to his chest and urged his horse to a run. Oh! Oh my goodness.
Okay, I will say,
Thank you, Indians.
just a quick little thing. If this was a Tracy Peterson, it would be like chapters before we even got physical contact. So I kind of like Colleen Coble.
Finish the check.
This is good. I like this. Okay. She raised her head as they reached the wagons. The commander had already ordered the troops to move the wagons into a protected circle. They stopped at the ambulance and Jasper handed her down to another soldier. Get her to safety, he told the sergeant. He looked for a long moment into her eyes, then wheeled his horse and dashed away. Bessie watched until he was lost from sight in the milling horses and men. Excuse me. Sergeant Crandall hurried her under the ambulance and covered her with a blanket. He lay on his belly beside her with his gun ready. Within moments, unnerving shrieks rent the air, and Bessie cowered and tried to look invisible. She had heard of the cries Indians made in battle, but she never thought she would hear them herself. She buried her head into her arms. Keep him safe, Lord. Don't take him when we're just now starting to get to know one another. See? Just now, starting to get to know one another.
Do you have a problem with that?
I don't know how I'd feel if I knew a guy for a week and 2 days and he already made him.
Oh please. Oh please.
We'd have a problem. The battle seemed to rage forever. Then suddenly the shrieks died away until the only sounds were the shouts of the soldiers and the sharp reports of the cavalry rifles. She got to her knees and began to crawl from under the blanket. Wait, Mrs. Mendenhall, I'm not sure if it's safe yet. I've got to see if my husband is all right. Ooh, husband.
Oh.
Bessie climbed out from under the wagon. She wanted to look into Jasper's blue eyes again.
Oh.
Pandemonium reigned in the camp. Dr. Richter motioned her over. I have wounded and need your help. Oh.
Who's wounded?
It hasn't been clarified, but the doctor just asked Bessie to help her with the wounded.
Oh, okay.
If Jasper's wounded and she has to help him, that'd be so sad.
Or, he's not there. And then it kind of goes into a dramatic scene, you know?
Yeah. But then he appears and she runs
Yes.
to him.
Yes.
We should be
I
authors.
swear if that happens.
Okay, she tried to protest. She had to find Jasper, but she had no choice but to follow the doctor into the ambulance. It seemed like hours that she held compresses to bleeding wounds and soothed pain-racked soldiers. They all seemed to still at her ministrations, and Dr. Richter told her she had a healing touch. When the last one had been tended to, she washed the blood from her hands and climbed out of the ambulance. Where was Jasper? At least he hadn't been among the wounded, but was he among the dead? Her hair still hung down from her back, and she knew she was a dreadful sight, but she didn't care. She had to find Jasper. Everywhere she looked, she saw overturned wagons and crowds of soldiers standing around discussing the battle. When she asked several soldiers if they had seen Lieutenant Jasper Mendenhall, no one seemed to know where he was. She was beginning to panic when she caught sight of his familiar red hair.
Oh boy.
He stood talking to a group of officers. His hat was missing and he was dirty, but he seemed to be in one piece. Bessie paused, uncertain about disturbing him when he seemed to be busy. Then one of the soldiers nodded in her direction and he turned, and their gazes locked. She saw the same concern she felt mirrored in his eyes. Ah, he cared. Wait. He smiled and hurried toward her. I heard you were assisting the doctor with the wounded. It was good of you to help. He took her hands!
He hurried toward her.
And took her hands! Give me your hands. Okay. She clung to his fingers. The touch of his warm hands calmed her, and a sense of belonging swept over her. The thought frightened her, but she pushed it away. This felt right, as though God had put his hand of blessing on them. Maybe they would find their way yet. You're shivering. He took off his jacket and put it around her shoulders, guiding her in the direction of the ambulance. Jasper took her hand and walked with her.
This is so sweet, actually.
This is so good. When they reached the ambulance, he peered inside. I'm not sure where you'll be able to sleep tonight. He paused and looked down at her. You could stay in my tent. Oh, wait, hold up. Her heart pounded in her throat at his words. In his tent? What did he mean? What did he expect? Was he ready to accept their marriage as true and binding? Can we keep these thoughts to ourselves? As though he could read her thoughts, he brushed his knuckles against her chin and gazed into her eyes.
Stop.
Huh?
So he's like doing
Hello?
like a This
guy's smooth.
he knows what he's
He
doing.
he knows what he's doing. Also, you did good there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll never do that again, by the way.
You know that we're dedicated because we're reenacting things for you.
Yes, we are.
No strings. I'll get an extra cot. It will give us a chance to get better acquainted. Wasn't that what you wanted? Then why was she so afraid? She swallowed her fear and nodded. I'll get my things. End of chapter!
There's a lot happening in these chapters. That's crazy.
We had 2 whole chapters of complete stupidity.
Now it's like,
Nanda's gonna kill us for
oh,
reading
okay.
chapter 3.
Yeah.
We're so screwed. But I can get past his red hair. I can get past his
Thank
red
you.
hair. He's
I was
smooth.
telling you, like, personality.
He's good. He's good.
Holy cow.
I'm like freaking out.
That was a good chapter.
Stop. That is so good. That's only chapter 3, you guys. That's only chapter 3.
How many chapters are
I don't know. Hang on. We're gonna figure
there?
this
It's
out
only chapter
without
3?
reading something.
Oh, that's for the next book.
There's a next book.
Yeah, you said this was a series.
I said it wasn't a series.
Well, it clearly is. An excerpt?
Oh, so it's part of the other book to kind of get us into it.
Ooh.
Acknowledgements, discussion questions.
Epilogue. Ooh, don't.
Did you read something?
I accidentally saw a word.
There's only 18 chapters.
That's 15.
That's 18, dummy. That's an E. I swear.
Why is there an F in 18? That's 15.
Oh, I didn't even see that. There's only 15 chapters?
That's not bad.
We could get done with this so quick, I feel like.
We could.
Yeah.
We could get like almost halfway through it, I feel like, this weekend.
I know.
Because we're going to be vlogging all day.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay,
so
guys.
good.
Yeah,
I
that was
can't.
chapter 3. Absolutely wild. I loved that, though.
I'm still processing some of
I
these
know, like,
things.
it's still, like...
Hello?
It's still there. Like, just trying to imagine it.
I'm in this girl's
Brush
shoes
yourself
at this
off on
point.
the-
I'm in this girl's shoes at this point.
Wow, you really got past the red hair. If you're in her shoes. I could see that, though. That's so cute, though. I love that. Okay. Well, that was
So
chapter 3,
good.
guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
If you guys are not into this already, this book vlog definitely got you into it. There's no way that it didn't. Also, Colleen Coble might be one of my favorite authors now. And this is my first book I've read from her. Actually, no, I lied. Mermaid in the Basement. I've read that one.
Ah,
That one was a good one. That was a good one. It was like a murder mystery. I've never like read one of those. It was so interesting. I actually kind of liked it. But this is good. I love this. I'm gonna have to buy this book to put it on my bookshelf because it's so good. Also, for my books, I tab my books. So like my favorite. I know what a lot of other people do when tabbing. I don't do that. When I tab, I do my favorite. Like my favorite parts. This book is, if I own this book, this would get so much tabbing right now. So much tabbing. This is so good.
Oh my word.
We're going to be vlogging a lot over the weekend, that's for sure. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Well, I guess she's enjoyed it more than me, apparently. You're showing a lot more emotion than I am. Me, I'm just like
so
trying to keep it cool and collected.
Good.
Which
Girl,
is weird because like that's usually not.
It's so flipped.
This is wow. Well, that was chapter 3. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yep. Keep your eye out for chapter 4.